All right, so we're back. And you guys wanted to know more about Winwyn Marquez
Yeah.
and specifically her decision to compete again.
Right.
So we did a deep dive into this article that announced it.
Uh-huh.
And let me tell you, there's more to this story than meets the eye.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about a woman who already holds an international title, Reina Hispanoamericana,
Oh,
back
wow.
in 2017.
Okay.
So why jump back into the Miss Universe Philippines competition now?
Right.
Especially,
Well, and she's a mom,
yeah.
and she's got an acting career and a modeling career. It's like,
It's not like she needs the exposure.
right.
This feels like a deliberate choice, almost as if she's saying, I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
I still have something to contribute.
Yeah.
And the article mentions that Michelle D, who is Miss Universe Philippines 2023,
Right.
was there to support her at the sashing ceremony.
Oh, wow. So she's
Did-
she's taking this seriously.
Yeah, and knowing that the Miss Universe 2025 pageant is set for Thailand, it's clear she's ready for the global stage again.
So to really understand this decision, we kind of have to look back a little bit at her journey so far.
Let's rewind a bit.
Yeah.
One thing that struck me, and maybe this is obvious, but
Yeah.
she comes from like this legendary Filipino entertainment family.
Right.
Her parents are Joey Marquez and Alma Moreno. I mean, these are
Big names.
big names.
Yeah.
So do you think growing up in that world kind of pushed her towards the spotlight? Or was it more about her forging her own path?
I think it's interesting to consider because the article actually mentions Miriam Kiambo
Oh.
as like her inspiration
Ring patcha.
for getting into pageants. Miriam Kiambo's first runner-up finish in Miss Universe in 1999.
Okay.
So maybe it's a combination, right?
Yeah.
Like seeing that and then also having it in her blood.
Right. And she definitely has the presence for it. The article highlighted her height, 5'7",
Right.
definitely an advantage in the pageant world, but she's also really dedicated to fitness. Remember those photos that you mentioned?
Mm-hmm.
The ones showcasing her summer-ready body? Clearly she's putting in the work.
It shows a level of commitment
Yeah.
that goes beyond just, looking good for the gram or whatever.
Right.
And it seems to be a theme in her life, whether it's securing these endorsements with these big brands like Bench
Yeah.
Berdia
Yeah.
or working alongside actors like Marco Gumabao. She's all in.
And speaking of all in,
Yeah.
this is where things take a really interesting turn.
Oh, okay.
She's also a military reservist.
I did, yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
not something you typically associate with
No,
beauty queens.
not at all.
What do you think drew her to that?
It makes you think about what kind of person she is.
Right?
Absolutely.
And how does that shape her
Well,
perspective?
Absolutely. It adds another layer to her personality.
Yeah, and talent plays a big part, too.
Mm-hmm.
The article mentioned that, that was a major factor in her Reina Hispanoamericana win.
Sure.
Like, she knows how to connect with an audience.
It's that combination of beauty, brains, and talent that makes her so captivating.
Yes. I love that.
She really embodies that modern ideal of a woman who is, multi-talented and driven.
Yeah.
Plus, she's incredibly proud of her Filipina heritage. The article talks about how she's embracing her Marina beauty.
And I think that speaks volumes, too, especially in an industry that can be so focused on a very narrow definition of beauty.
For sure.
It's like she's comfortable
Yeah.
with who she is.
And that confidence
Yeah.
is evident throughout her career,
Yeah.
especially after her international win, even with the pandemic. She dove back into acting, taking on these diverse roles in different Kapuso projects.
And those 2021 summer photos.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about commitment to fitness.
Yeah.
She clearly prioritizes her
Her well-being.
well-being, both mentally and physically.
Yeah. And it's inspiring, too, when you consider how busy she is.
Right.
On top of acting, she's also built this successful modeling career, particularly in underwear and sportswear campaigns.
Which, again, goes back to that confidence.
Exactly.
And comfort in her own skin.
Yes. Yeah.
She's not afraid to embrace her sensuality.
And challenge those conventional beauty norms.
Yes, exactly. It all points to this image of a woman who is fully in control of her own narrative. Like, she's defining success on her own terms.
Okay, fine.
And then, of course, we have her latest adventure, motherhood.
Right.
The article described her dreamy, ethereal maternity photo shoot and her evolution into a beautiful queen mom.
It's a beautiful reminder that women can be multifaceted, right?
Yeah.
And embrace all these different roles.
Yeah.
Throughout their lives, motherhood doesn't diminish her other achievements. It just adds to it.
It adds another dimension.
Yeah.
It's like each experience adds a new facet to this incredibly complex and inspiring person.
But brings us back to our initial question.
Yeah,
Why return to the pageant world now?
right.
She's already done it.
Yeah.
She's achieved all this other stuff.
And that's where we'll pick things up after the break.
All right.
We've got a woman who is clearly driven, talented, comfortable in her own skin.
Yeah.
But what's motivating this next chapter?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like she's reached a point where, the crown itself isn't the goal anymore.
Right.
So what is it? What do you think she's hoping to achieve with this?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, she's already achieved international success.
Right.
She's a mother now. She's got this thriving career in acting and modeling.
Right.
Maybe it's about using this platform to advocate for something that she's truly passionate about.
That's a good point. I mean, given her background, all these diverse experiences,
Yeah.
she could bring a very unique perspective
Yes.
to the Miss Universe stage.
And remember, she's not afraid to challenge conventions.
That's right.
Like we were saying with her military service,
Yeah.
I mean, that definitely sets her apart from
Sure.
the typical beauty queen image.
Yeah.
She's strong, disciplined, committed to serving her country.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder how that experience might inform her approach to this competition
Right.
and the message that she wants to convey.
Yeah. And even that quote that you mentioned about embracing her marina beauty, I mean, that feels like a real statement,
Huge statement.
especially in this industry that often promotes, this one very specific standard of beauty.
Knowing your interest in female empowerment, I think you'll find her journey really inspiring.
Absolutely.
She's not letting anyone dictate her definition of beauty.
No.
She's owning it, encouraging others to do the same.
Absolutely. And it's not just about her looks either, right?
Right.
Like she's breaking down these barriers in other aspects of her life too.
Yeah.
Think about it. Beauty queen, actress, model, military reservist, and a mother.
It's remarkable.
It's a lot.
It really does challenge those traditional notions of what women can achieve. She's proving that you can be multifaceted, pursue your passions, and excel in all these different areas.
And I think that's what makes her so relatable.
Yeah.
She's not just this untouchable figure.
No.
She's a real woman. She's got a family, a career, this desire to make a difference.
Exactly. And let's not forget, she's stepping back into a world that can be incredibly competitive.
Oh, for sure.
And demanding the pressure to be perfect, to conform to certain expectations.
Yeah.
It can be immense.
Absolutely. But it seems like she's approaching this with a newfound maturity and self-assurance.
Yeah.
I mean, she's already proven that she can handle the pressure.
Right.
And with her experience in this dedication, she's a force to be reckoned with.
And she's not afraid to show her vulnerability.
Right.
The article talked about her dreamy, ethereal maternity photo shoot.
Yes.
It captured this beautiful transition into motherhood.
Yeah.
Embracing this new chapter.
And that just highlights the fact that even strong, successful women still face challenges.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Yep.
And they experience these life-changing moments. And motherhood has clearly added another layer of depth to her story.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it will inform her message and her approach to the competition.
It's like she's saying, look, I'm still me, but I'm also evolving and growing, embracing all these different facets of my identity.
Yeah, and that evolution is what makes this upcoming pageant so interesting to me.
Yes.
Like we get to see this growth. We see this resilience.
Yes.
This continued defiance of limitations.
It's a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of following your passion.
For sure.
And the beauty of embracing your true self.
I love that.
Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Winwyn Marquez is a force of nature.
Yes.
And I have a feeling she's just getting started.
So as we head into the final part of our deep dive, let's consider this.
Okay.
What does Winwyn's decision to compete again say about the evolving role of beauty queens in modern society?
Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, it used to be that beauty queens were seen as just that beautiful faces.
Right.
Maybe a talent portion thrown in. But Winwyn seems to be redefining what it means to wear that crown.
Yeah, she's definitely breaking the mold. It's not enough to just be beautiful anymore.
Right.
You have to be smart, you got to be driven, and use your platform to make a real impact.
Yeah.
And I think Winwyn embodies that shift perfectly.
And her being a mom, it adds another layer to that.
Yeah.
It challenges those outdated notions that motherhood somehow limits a woman's ambition or potential.
Absolutely. She's showing you can be a dedicated mom and still chase your dreams.
Yeah.
Compete on a global stage and advocate for the causes you believe in.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
It's like she's saying you don't have to choose. You can be a mother and a career woman and a beauty queen and anything else you set your mind to.
Right.
And knowing her track record,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if she uses this Miss Universe platform to address some important issues.
I agree. She's never been one to shy away from speaking her mind. So whether it's, promoting diversity and inclusion, advocating for women's empowerment, or championing a cause close to her heart,
Yeah.
she's going to use her voice to make a difference.
It's going to be fascinating to see what she chooses to focus on.
Yeah.
I mean, she has such a unique perspective, drawing from her experience as an actress, a model, a military reservist, and now a mother.
It's like all these different facets of her life are converging on this one platform.
Yeah.
And it creates this really compelling narrative.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes her so inspiring. She's not just chasing a crown.
Yeah.
She's chasing her purpose.
Exactly.
So, what do you think? What are her chances in this competition, given her background and these evolving expectations?
It's hard to say, but one thing is for sure. She is not going unnoticed.
No.
She's challenging the status quo, pushing boundaries, inspiring a new generation of women. And I think in a world that's hungry for authenticity and purpose, that's a winning combination.
Well said. Winwyn's story is proof that you can be beautiful, strong, compassionate, ambitious.
Yeah.
She's breaking down those outdated stereotypes and paving the way for others to follow.
She is a force to be reckoned with. I can't wait to see what she does next.
That wraps up our deep dive into the world of Winwyn Marquez.
Wow.
A story that's still being written.
Yeah.
We're all eager to see what unfolds on that Miss Universe stage.
For sure.
Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep diving deep.